Hello everyone, my name is Aussie Hornet. Welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. So we are on the last episode of the first game. So here it is, episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. This is the last episode of the first game. And yeah, let's get to it. Whoop. Oh, we got some animation now. Yo, this animation looks pretty good. This looks like a James Bond movie. Can we see the person's face? Never know. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. February 22. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney Mia Fey. Hate to break it to you, but she's dead. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. That's one way to put it. So, you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry? I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please? I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. We got flashbacks. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Skye. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just, you seem kind of, jumpy, or just, maybe young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position, then? Legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age, no less. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case? I don't care if there was a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness? Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Excuse me? not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah, sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. One more thing before I do. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, guess it is more of a woman name than man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? The hell? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want you to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow, and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Two sisters. One a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? There's something you should know from the start. Which is, the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? But wait, but the suspect is... me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st, at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. It was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. Detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They'll use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So, you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by the prosecutors in this district. Ensure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible. You wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident when I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in a class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? I told you that too, did she? But, well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Well, then it seemed he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! He was in law school. I was in my third year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attractive. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. This went from 100 to 1,000, Mr. Wright. Yes? I believe our discussion here has ended. The rest, I leave it to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. The client has confessed, after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Anna has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. And I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. So this is the lot where it all happened? Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone! Keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they're going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? Hey there. Expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? The hell? What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall. Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory. But a load of evidence. After fixing the mess for 6 hours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want him? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambino. The fuck was that? Is that, hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah, he's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff in the Wild West, it seems? What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer? Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can't tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now, look at the court record. Okay. Yeah. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining from every angle. Oh, okay. That's cool. Whoa! Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of enter. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Someone's ID added to the court. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Well, no time to wait. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Sheriff. Like I said before, this here is our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Gah, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Billy's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, please? No problem, partner. About time for fiddles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Have your cerveza you like. Prospector's office. Who does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up Fiddle's Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches here? This is a crime scene. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by, or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cuff-up queen are over. know. I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images have burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? Witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cover up, Queen. Tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yep, she means it. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. The evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of them all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this? Evil. Young miss, look me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cuff-up queen. Ew. Most heinous of all, the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So, what exactly was it you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Sky wield that knife so. The knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. The beat of Lana Sky's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Sky? Of course, it's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. How would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's trilobite lunch set. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a tribalite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass wall booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis, not. Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Ha! Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Like 10-day-old clams in a chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking, Cuff Up Queen. I thought she was just a watch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Kind of changed from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What's that what? That shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright? You never tire of prying into other people's businesses, do you? That voice. Oh, here he is. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right. His sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No. It was just right here, Hey! Don't blame me! We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send me that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, that's... K stands for King. Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kinda like Employee of the Month, only better. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. But no, we don't think you did. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. I'm a Sky. It's nice to meet you again. That didn't sound forced at all. No, now I remember. You've really grown. Well, I mean, it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising, still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? One of Sky's the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some don't even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky? Yes. We first worked together on a case 2 years ago.
It was my first big case.
That's right, I remember. Jeez, I wasn't even a lawyer yet.
Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon?
To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car.
What the fuck? Edgeworth?
What?
Are you sure you didn't do it?
Are you fucking serious?
Come on, can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. So basically, this says you were the best last year, huh?
Take that foolish grin elsewhere, Wright. How was the day at work to receive that travesty?
Huh? Why's that?
I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield.
Police department?
Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you?
Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken?
What the matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right. I don't seem too concerned about the war for better or for worse.
Yesterday was a very busy day at the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Can you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder?
Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office.
Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, they sort and file all evidence for solved cases. They call it evidence transferal.
Ripping your hands off all cases, in other words.
Oh, and another thing. The ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors.
And that's when you got the shield?
I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12.
That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edward pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I placed little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. This is the Pokey Stop from the underground parking lot.
The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back?
What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises?
Edgeworth, what is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky?
I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir! No, sir! No name of that kind, sir! Not in this report, sir! I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it?
I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir! They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with...
Give me your name!
Yes, sir. Meekins, sir! Officer Meekins!
Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month.
But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains, and good luck.
Right.
Yes, sir? Guy caught me off guard.
As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there.
Thanks. You seem to have finally calmed down at least. Whew. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? The fuck? Disturb me? Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Ah, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's standing next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh. He noticed me. Sure is running over here fast.
Hey, pal! What are you doing here?
That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there?
What? Well,
at least he doesn't seem to be busy. I had a chance to get information.
Hey! I'll have you know, I'm a very busy man, pal.
I was wondering about that.
What? The dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece.
You made this, Detective Gumshoe?
The chief put together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances, dance, until the battery dies.
Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops.
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She said she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
What if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second?
Huh? Me?
Why is this little girl so peeved at me?
She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister.
Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically?
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue we fuss these days.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time?
What do you mean, this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, my sister's case and all.
It's true. I never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being looked into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you? That is one trouble. Isn't that a little ugly?
Well, anyway, I thought I'd spend a day getting the Badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, I did seem to know that Marshall guy.
A patrolman in charge of his crime scene. It's unheard of, pal! Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Yeah, the little ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence, myself.
Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this?
Oh, hey pal, this is a detective ID's card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time.
I mean, Detective Gumshoe must have dropped his card a lot.
Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Sounds familiar. Ah, my mistake.
But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Whoa! Now I remember! Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? So this ID card belonged to the victim?
As a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal? Mr. Edward mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
I'm honest confessing as much.
He's in a tough spot again.
Again?
Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, Belle, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea who was under the gun.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself.
But what?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is, what was his name? The guy in the parking lot?
That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police.
Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something?
No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA.
For a moment there, I wasn't sure.
Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this, and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe.
I'm surprised if this gets us anywhere.
Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal.
Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks, didn't I mention? I got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard?
Hey, what's wrong, Bambita? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd.
Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Would you mind reading this for me?
What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon.
It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate?
Gumshoe? That old cow dog?
You holding a birthday party or something? Huh?
Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation.
Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Why am I getting all defensive here?
No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in, then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective.
Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or hire?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for the lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootanie.
That's so. Police investigators are like settling land. Now, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Can we check it out? Right. Let's check it out. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check it out. Check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. The sun's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this phone called lost. That's a self. A defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hey, that's Sung. I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on their phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Who is it? That belongs to the chief prosecutor, Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. The last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone, the wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. I incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock in the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. An electric car just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. You're right, let's see. 67S12122. There's a name printed on that paper about that Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? What am I supposed to know? That's a self, a deductive reasoning, good at Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. This rope, is it? Yep. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So, wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Officer Marshall, can you tell us more about the victim? Good man always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me to tell. I think he means to witness Miss Angel Star. One stab through the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. My sister involved the victim in any way? Oh, you should mention that, Bambino. Chief Prosecutor's Guy and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot. So it seems. I called an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You call me up, they shoot you down for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now? So, how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Doesn't get by you, does it, Bambino? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective kicked out of the investigation. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a dull mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and his sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or cold wind? Someone's up there to something. Yeah, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? It was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. The rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambino. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? A popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? Hey, I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? Hey, she hung up right away. I see. Detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top of the prosecutor in the district. I got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Scott, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. This is gonna be tough. My first trial without a Faye helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone and so I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Is Emma gonna help me, or am I gonna be alone in the courtroom? Oh, Emma's there. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since its trial.
I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. I was a witness to her crime. A professional witness.
Well then, call your witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough-up queen? Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name! Profession! Now!
The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us.
The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. What the fuck? Hurry it up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angelstown was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Oh! I know who you are! Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by car in the back of A block in the car trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who is this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Okay. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright?
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr.
Wait, are they talking about me? Here's the testimony. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which is you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin cross-examine the witness.
How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted, because their methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed. Opinion is duly noted.
And that they use their evidence at their whim. Killing of a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Do you have something personal against prosecutors? I think that I have found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired?
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo, you are biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are unowned.
A photograph? Who took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky.
So what was the defendant doing at the time?
And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swell lunch.
I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Ugh, you got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. And it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. Don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in that photograph.
Are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
What? This is not good.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
The murder was planned, the rubber gloves proved it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
Objection!
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, he came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife.
What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, our prosecutors bad people. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Ricky? In your testimony, You stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves.
Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning.
However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! Order, order, order. Great, now the tide's turning in our favor. Get chill, Mr. Wright. My sister is good as free.
Oh no, what is it now? Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is a humble pie.
What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail.
But shoots a hole in the whole premeditated fury.
Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered the detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why should she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Right, here we go. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge a knife in him again and again. Wait, again and again? It was one stab wound, but...
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office? It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
It's a single wound.
Objection!
Ha-ha! Gotcha! You say she stabbed him again and again? But you couldn't have witnessed that! Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my must surprise.
I'm afraid the mouse is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed?
Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Don't tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
The red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Objection!
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
Objection!
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph.
Huh? That can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What's my objection? Chopped liver? It was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red, really.
Oh no, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned a muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel's Star, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about the scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel's Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You cross-examination, if you will. Damn. This one's gonna be tough.
Hold it!
So where is this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There's a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She's obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
Hold it!
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
And I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... I thought she was parked in B block.
So you witnessed the murder from here?
That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Stark?
Yes, that's right.
But there's a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing! A tough-up queen lunch lady athlete, indeed.
It had taken a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too.
How did Miss Sky not get away? She mentioned the muffler.
Hold it!
She mentioned a muffler?
What exactly did she say? I don't remember exactly. I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone?
You can't mean. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Stark.
The chief prosecutors first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
Things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead.
Hold it!
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket.
During that time, you climbed over the chain link fence?
Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Objection!
You saw it all? Mister, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Mister, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
Order. What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you'll allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. Can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about this guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would have been pointless for Miss to lie about it.
Pointless to lie. I see.
But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location? That was a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimonies we've had until now points in one direction. The place where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star, how many years have I been getting the better of men to think that the tables could be turned? Today a man got the better of Angel Star.
Order. Witness, what have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime at the security guard station. Doesn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us, what was her reason was, Mr. Wright? Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Dunn witnessed the crime at the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor and plans, and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Mister, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Only my lunches has gone from low to inedible. Let's bring up a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? I was in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. She had to go around. So I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
That was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. It's alright. You have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Objection!
5 minutes between witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time if you like it all al dente. I got lunchboxes that tie pastas into nuts, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange?
If you were a criminal, what would you do with a 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. This guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had a picture taken. No true criminal could act this way. It's inconceivable.
Well then, it seems we come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history.
You did it. You screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close.
I'm afraid that the cuff-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple decker! Oh, fuck, man. Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? You should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it is flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
You had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. That's a first, Miss Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so.
Edgeworth is looking pretty solemn. You could at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
I think to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This one suspect is admitting she did it.
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up?
Hold it!
And you found a shoe at the scene of the crime? I retained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with his shoe?
I'm afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It has more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's.
So you brought it to the forensics department?
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. So that evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman?
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. The other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. can't say that for sure that the belongs to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any samples of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Sky.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe? That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Hold it!
Let's go through for a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in the hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I'm not imagining things. I say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction! That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
There's blood on the bottom.
Take that!
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or there'll be blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe?
The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Objection!
The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order, order, order. Well, witness?
Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What?
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
The witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint of truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The Jew prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that... I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently they're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness. Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water?
What does that mean?
Still not getting Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tied her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
And that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
But Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor? Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well... Phil, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox? A lunchbox called evidence?
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection!
Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your friends don't scare the cough up, Queen. Look at this.
Oh, a photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the witness shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room of error in this evidence.
That's right, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault.
I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up on the asphalt. Take another look. Good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Oh god, he's like sick of the shit. It's like, for fuck's sake, can I just end this already? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each other piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. problem is Miss Fairy. What's this?
There's something perking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf or any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part on a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of that muffler? What does it have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you already told us why this is important to the case. You said it as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in this muffler is related to the evidence.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered, here we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so.
Phew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? Whew, to be continued. Well, anyways, guys, we're gonna end it here for now. Sorry for cutting it short, but I promise we will continue this next week. But anyways, if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more of these videos. Until then, take care and goodbye.